That was a different sort of win to the one at Wolves a couple of weeks ago, and so it was gritty. You left it late. What were your thoughts on the performance?
Yeah, I think we played two different games. First half we struggled. Second half we were much better, and the reason why is because in these kind of games, first of all, you need to win duels. You win the desire to win, And I think second half we were much better in this. First half we struggled, we didn't win many duels, and second ball, and against this kind of team in this stadium, first of all you need that, and then you need also the tactical part, and then second half I think we were much better.
You acted at half-time, you brought on Jadon Sancho, and he did make a difference, didn't he, when he came on in that second half?
Yeah, absolutely. He did exactly what we expected from him, but I think Tosin was the same, Nkunku was the same, Joao Felix was very good. I think all the guys that they came from the bench, they did very well.
Sancho made the goal and Nkunku scored it, and it was some beautiful physical strength as well to get him into the position, wasn't it, to take that chance?
Absolutely. Yeah, we were creating chances in that moment, so for me we needed just a bit more quality inside the box, and he gave us the quality that we need inside the box. So yeah, we are happy for Cristo, because he completely deserves. He's not playing from the start, but he's working very well.
Does it feel still to you like this is very much a work in progress? I mean, it certainly looked, just on the basis of the 90 minutes tonight, like that's exactly what it is.
Yeah, absolutely. But if you look the previous game against Palace, we dominate all the game, we create many chances and we draw. But this is football. The important thing is that we learn things and we understand that in these games, every game is different, but in this game, first of all, we need to win duels and the desire to win.
Well, smiles at the end, but pretty low-key overall in terms of that interview, which is understandable given that Chelsea found it tough against Bournemouth for large parts of that game.
Yeah, definitely. I think Bournemouth played an exceptional game. I thought they were really effective. They looked in large parts the better team. You know, they looked hungrier, more enthusiastic. They played some really nice football at times. They were unlucky not to score in the first half. They had the penalty, they hit the bar, but Chelsea's quality came through, and it came from that man Sancho, and Nkunku, who both substitutes. Sancho coming on at half time, and Nkunku getting the last sort of 15-20 minutes and having a big impact, which I'm sure will please the manager.
Yeah, well, we'll look at Jadon Sancho, his entire game, the half that he played in a moment. But he was involved in the goal scored by Christopher Nkunku, and it was just good substitutions from the manager.
Well, he's got good players that can come off the bench. Nkunku's a player that he got 35 goals in the Bundesliga a few years ago. Picked up a really bad injury. He's taken his time to sort of get used to and accustomed to the Premier League. But a big moment because, as Izzy rightly says, they weren't really going anywhere fast. Good substitutions. But this is important. I'm going to just highlight him here. Vega, the midfield player, and Bournemouth sometimes go man for man in midfield, and see Billing is very close to him there, has a really important role to play in this, because they kept getting the ball out to Jadon Sancho, and that was really the key for me. So I'm going to highlight him again here. Billing hasn't tracked his man, and he's made a really good run into this space here, which, as you could already see, Zabani there, the centre-back, he's got his eye on him. He's thinking to himself, if he's going to play it down the line, I'm going to have to track him. And as that happens, that then opens up that little bit of space there for the goal scorer. And he only needs a bit of space to manoeuvre in tight areas. Jadon Sancho is going to cut back into his right foot, and he's going to slide a really clever pass into his feet. Now, what's going to happen? Has he got the ability, has he got the strength to get his finish away with a bit of pace? He absolutely has, and it's a wonderful finish in a tight area. He uses a bit of skill as well, doesn't he, Izzy?
Yeah, absolutely. You can never underestimate the power of this run from Vega. The run into space. I think, as a youth player, coaches say run into the space, create the space. You'll either get it or you open up the gate for somebody else. And here, Sancho's just fed that ball into Nkunku, who actually, the finish in the end is actually quality, because he does really well to sort of wrestle out of the space. He gets a little bit fortuitous maybe with his first touch, but that finish off balance into the bottom corner, it's a fantastic finish. You can just see the scenes from those Chelsea fans, what it means to them, because they probably know that they've maybe not got lucky, but they were, put under the test a lot from Bournemouth today, and they've got their late goal and they've got the 3 points.
And they're defended so well. Senesi just gets caught. I think he gets surprised by how strong Nkunku is. He tries to ease him off, doesn't get his body in the way, and he gets through, gets a little bit of luck, but I also think he earned that piece of luck. And the finish as well was so instinctive. You see, I think a lot of great goal scorers and just use the use the toe poke finish. You know, it's one that's sort of so underrated, so hard because he gets it away so quickly. And a big goal for him. Who knows? It might sort of kickstart his Chelsea career. He needs to get going.
He needs to get going. Jadon Sancho, obviously, given everything that's gone on with him over the last few years, wants to make sure that his career gets going again. In terms of the assist, we've talked a little bit about that and what that can mean to him. But overall, over that 45 minutes, well, what did you make of him?
Well, he came on and he looked, it sounds really obvious to say, but he looked like Jadon Sancho, what we know. You know, he's comfortable going 1v1. He likes to control the fullback by dribbling at them, but also holding them up. By doing that, he stops the ball, he kind of manipulates them, he looks for those little feed passes, and he creates chances. Look, you can see here, he's exciting, he's willing to go 1v1, take players on. It causes confusion, it pulls Bournemouth out of their shape, and he just created that little bit of chaos that they needed. And you can just see here, he's just got the quality to just find the passes, he's looking to combine. And overall, I think, you know, he's had a massive impact on the game. He's obviously got the Player of the Match trophy, and he's had a massive part in the winning goal as well by playing that assist into the box, into the brilliant space.
Jamie, it's one half of football, and if that was all we'd seen of Jadon Sancho, it wouldn't be enough to judge him on. But as Izzy said, we've seen him previously, we've seen how it went for him, and it didn't go well at Manchester United. So how important can a good 45 minutes, getting a Player of the Match performance and getting an assist in that game, how important can that be for him?
Yeah, confidence is key in football, Kelly. We all talk about different things, managers, everything that goes with it. But the truth is, when you're feeling confident, you feel a lot better player. Now, I can't lie. When this transfer happened, I thought it was one of the strangest transfers I've seen in years. Predominantly because Chelsea are overloaded with wide players. You know, Madueke and Nkunku, players that can play in the wide area, Neto. So you're thinking, well, how is he really going to get a game in this team? Obviously, Chelsea feel financially it was a good one to get him into the club. Now, he's come in and he's obviously trained well because he took off Neto at half-time and probably thought, unless there was an injury, which we haven't heard about, and he come in and he looked sharp. There was a bit of chemistry as well with him and Cucurella, which sometimes just happens naturally in training. And he looked like he was really enjoying his football. Even in the interview there, he's very thankful about another opportunity because, let's be totally honest, at United he was really poor. He went to Dortmund last year and he was very good in the Champions League. I went to the final, he did some good things, he got his confidence back, he's got his shoulders back, he looks like he's enjoying his football again. This might be a transformational move for him. This might get his career back on track because he's too talented a player. And time doesn't wait for anybody in football. Before you know it, your career's over. You've had, you get to 25, 26 and think, oh my goodness, what am I doing now? I've not set the standards that I should be. Are you training right? Are you living right? All these things that have been maybe question marks against Jadon. But the one thing that you can't question is his skill and his ability. So I really hope it works out for him. He's got an opportunity. Look, he was against the right back that had a tough game in the first half against Neto. Second half, he's a bit tired. He now has to do that consistently. And if he does, they've got a really good player there, so it's going to be interesting to see how he does. The Chelsea fans enjoyed it. They were singing his name. It's been a really good start for him so far, but let's see over the course of the season how this develops.
Yeah, all he can do is start well at Chelsea and hope that he can build on that. Bournemouth had an opportunity to go ahead in this game. They had a couple of chances from open play, but they also had a penalty. Just talk us through the incident. Was there anything particularly controversial about it, Izzy, or was it relatively straightforward for the referee?
Yeah, to be honest, I think this is quite straightforward. I think that Sanchez, he gets caught, he has to come out. It's a really poor back pass by Fofana that's put his goalkeeper into that situation. Evanilson's read it. I don't really know what he's trying to do with the finish, but here's the opportunity for him to open his account for Bournemouth. I think we were all itching for him to score because it's always great, new striker, new club.
Record signing, not scored yet.
Absolutely. And then this was, a rather poorly executed penalty. But I like the way his teammates got around him and picked him back up afterwards because you could kind of sense a real energy. You found this so interesting, didn't you, Jamie, the argument? There wasn't an argument, but there was clearly a discussion going on here about who was taking the penalty. And Cole Palmer, very interestingly, you can see he's having a few little words there with him to say sort of, are you ready for this type of thing, getting in his head. And whether that affects you or not, I don't know. But said at half-time, he's got the opportunity, Evanilson, to move away from the crowded group of players. I'd do that. You take the ball away, take your own space, find your moment of calm. But yeah, it's obviously led to him missing the penalty, and unfortunate for Bournemouth.
Yeah, I think you're right, Izzy. I think it's one of those, if he gets that goal, it's lift off for him. But he's just now, he has to stay calm. The pressure, obviously, people will be talking about he needs that first goal. But I like some of the things he's doing. There was a couple of moments, certainly in that first half, where the ball gets played up to him. He set a ball back. He's an intelligent footballer. And I think goals will certainly come. It's hard. He's obviously following Dominic Solanke, who was a revelation last season. And I'm sure that goals will come as long as he keeps getting opportunities, getting into the right places.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to hear what his manager says about his performance, about his team's performance overall.
Only was that basically the opposite of Everton this time? Really good performance, but not the result you deserved.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think we played really well. I think we adjusted very well. I think the players understood very well what we had to do today. I think even if they were on the ball but in not dangerous positions, we were creating the chances. We had, I think, many more chances than them. But you have to make the difference, no? And in this case, I think their keeper especially, no, made the difference. He was, I think, for me, the best player on the pitch, and one of the main reasons they won the game. Yes.
Tell us about the tactical dilemma you had before the game, and maybe how you got over that. You were able to impose your identity, not compromise it too much, but not allow Chelsea to break too often.
Yeah, at the end they are very good in possession, and they try to attract you to find the spaces in behind because they have speed, obviously. And we wanted to press or higher or lower, but very compact, no, and don't allow them, especially with the players they put there inside. Palmer today, also with Cucurella in that pocket, in the left pocket. Don't allow them time on the ball, and I think we did very well. I think we had more everything, more shots, more corners, more everything, but at the end, what really matters is to score, no? And they did it at the end.
Yeah, the penalty is obviously a massive moment. What happened with the penalty? I don't mean just the taking of it and the saving of it. It looked like it was a conversation with your players before the penalty was taken. Was it always supposed to be Evanilson?
Yeah. No. We have very clear, no? It's Evan and Justin are normally the ones, no, that have this responsibility. They've talked between them and they've decided to go with Eva. It hasn't been a bad penalty for me. It's a great save. Also, we have to give credit to the keeper. But even after the penalty, we had more chances, no, to score before them. Yes.
تفاصيل أهداف كريستيانو رونالدو 901 في مسيرته مع المنتخب والأندية. رونالدو سجل 901 هدف في 1237 مباراة لعبها مع منتخب بلاده والأندية، حيث سجل البرتغالي كريستيانو رونالدو 901 هدف في مسيرته الكروية مع منتخب بلاده والأندية. كان آخر هدفين مع برازيل أوروبا في الأيام الماضية. وسجل رونالدو هدفه 900 في فوز منتخب بلاده على كرواتيا 2-1 في الجولة الأولى ضمن منافسة الجولة الأولى بالمجموعة الأولى في المستوى الثالث بدوري الأمم الأوروبية لكرة القدم. في الجولة الثالثة من المسابقة القارية نفسها سجل هدفه 901 في فوز البرتغال على اسكتلندا 2-1. أصبح قائد النصر السعودي أول لاعب في تاريخ الساحرة مستديرة يصل إلى الهدف رقم 900. وهذه تفاصيل الأهداف 901 الذي سجلتها في 1237 مباراة. 5 أهداف في 31 مباراة مع سبورتينغ البرتغالي، 145 هدفا في 346 مباراة مع مانشستر يونايتد، 450 هدفا في 438 مباراة مع ريال مدريد إسبانيا، 101 هدف في 134 مباراة مع يوفنتوس إيطالي، 58 هدفا في 74 مباراة مع النصر السعودي، 132 هدفا في 214 مباراة مع منتخب البرتغال.